Hello everyone, it's Alchemisted, and this is a video right off the bat that I'm going to say that I've attempted to make multiple times over the course of this month, and over the course of the past couple months. And every time I would try to make this video, something would happen that I'd have to break down regarding YouTube. So I'm going to simply go point for point. I'm not going to gild the lily as much as I usually do, and sort of go off on I'm going to try not to go off on a tangent, but I'm just going to tell you some of the things that have been happening and what is going to happen next, because we are coming up on, it is December 30th, and the deadline for the new COPPA, you may already know where this is going by now. The deadline for the new COPPA rules is the beginning of January. So here we go. Here we go. As you are all aware by now, everybody's well aware, so I'm not going to go over this. The FTC filed a lawsuit against YouTube. There was a settlement. YouTube decided on some new rules that have been very controversial, contentious, dare I say incompletely executed, as there is also a general protections which we are not being allowed to use. The FTC, for its part, has told multiple creators by this point that it is not looking to sue individuals for $42,000 per violation. That is what they are allowed to sue up to per video, but that's not what they're going to fine people for. Definitely. They're not looking to destroy people's lives who cannot possibly pay them this ridiculous amount. Which, if they were, would be a constitutional case, because imposing, like, onerous fees and such is a violation of constitutional rights, and the protection against cruel and unusual punishment. But that is neither here nor there. They're not trying. That's not what they're trying to do. What they were trying to do is, I equally disagree with them. They're basically trying to be media watchdogs, is what they're trying to do. But the thing is, COPPA is the law of the land. It has been forever. YouTube has kind of been skating on a technicality, essentially, that the FTC is no longer going to allow them to skate on. So that is what it is. That's where we are. As of this moment, is YouTube is no longer being allowed to skate. The technicality in question was that you had to be 13 or over to use the site, which exempts them from the whole is the content meant for kids thing, because in the eyes of the FTC, a kid is somebody 13 and under. You have to be older than that to set up an account on YouTube. Of course, people lie on the internet all the time about their age, especially if you're a little kid. Just about every little kid is going to lie about their age to see something they shouldn't at some point. So that really isn't that much of a defense when you think about it. And that's basically the FTC's point, and that's why they're going to be cracking down on YouTube. The FTC commissioner who was speaking in the infamous clip that's been in every video talking about this certainly comes off, however, like Darth Vader, talking about how YouTube is the barrel and the creators are the fish. So here's what's going to happen. Come in a few days, rather. I am going to private this channel. I'm going to batten down the hatches. There's my accent sneaking out. I'm going to batten down the hatches, and we're going to see what happens. Because the general consensus is that even if it's nowhere near as bad as it's been made to look, they're going to make an example out of somebody. Like, somebody's going to be the example here. So, at least for the short term, I'm privating the channel and battening down the hatches. What does that mean for content? Not a fucking thing. I'm going to do my best to not need to delete this channel. And that may mean going back through, like, old videos that may be confused, because it's not simply determining whether content is for adult or for children. I think by this point, I'm very clearly an adult-oriented channel. You know, I think by the point where I was fielding complaints from people for cursing while doing Star Trek Online footage, it was pretty clear. I think when I was cursing up a storm when playing Castle of Illusion, it was pretty clear this is for adults who were playing Sega Genesis back in the day. I know that, and you know that, but the problem is, as always, YouTube. YouTube's algorithm doesn't know that, and that's the real problem here. I'm talking in circles, I'm sorry. The problem is that there's going to be an algorithm input, and we all know how efficient these algorithms are with YouTube. We all know how smart these are. We've all experienced this. This algorithm is going to determine what is for kids and not. And even if you have set your channel and all your content to be for adults, this algorithm is going to look at all your videos and decide. If it decides, well, this is for kids, it's going to change that setting on that video without your knowledge. There goes your comments, there goes your likes, like, there goes everything from that video. Not only that, but if you are caught, at that point, if you are lying out who your audience is for, then you are then liable to be fined. So what this looks like is YouTube deliberately going out of their way to basically throw as many creators under the bus as humanly possible. They have decided they are not going to shoulder any of the burden here of determining who and what watches what content. They're going to just completely just... they're going to try and skate again. They're going to go at this with the absolute minimal effort that could possibly be done. And they're going to use this algorithm as a means of skating some more, basically. This algorithm is basically the bare minimum of them going, oh, we're doing something. We're doing something. It's finding offenders, isn't it? Isn't it? Problem is, most of the offenders probably aren't going to be actual offenders. Look, those Castle of Illusion videos where I'm cursing up a storm while playing a fucking Mickey Mouse game are not for kids. I'm cursing. I'm making dirty jokes. I'm, like, I'm talking all kinds of shit. Okay? It is not for kids to see. It wasn't meant for kids to see. It was meant for adults. It was meant for grown-ups, but especially people my age who played the game back then. So, but the fucking algorithm's not going to see that. The algorithm's going to see Mickey Mouse and decide this is for kids. Okay? I could go on with the tinfoil hat about how this is all basically just to get, like, anybody who is not a major corporation off of YouTube, which is looking more and more likely. There are a lot of people who have been privating their channels and leaving YouTube for greener pastures, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Like, you pick one. Like, there's a lot of people, like, moving like Mixer and BitChute and whatever, who are basically going to see what happens. A few of them that I follow, one of them in particular, has described this as akin to the burning of Broadway. So, we're going to see. But yes, in a couple days, this channel is going to be privated. Because I'm going to see if my channel can weather the storm, if I batten down the hatches, and just simply watch and wait and see. Someone's going to get made an example of. But my channel's pretty far down in that algorithm. So hopefully, if I batten down the hatches and I go dark for a while, and I private down the whole private the whole fucking thing. We can just see what's going to happen. Now, what's going to happen instead of that? Well, there's a link in the description that I want you to click on. There's a couple links, actually. The first is going to be to my Twitch channel, where I will be continuing to upload content as well as stream regularly. This is not going to change my uploads at all. Rise of the Red Shirt will still be on Friday. I apologize that it wasn't last Friday. It was Christmas week. So I was spending most of the week with family. But Rise of the Red Shirt will still be uploaded this Friday. It'll be uploaded to Twitch. Resident Evil, Bloodstained, Ace Combat 7. All the Starfleet Command 3 footage I still have to upload. All the Wildlands footage I still have to upload. I have a lot of footage that I'm going to be getting to this week. Getting around to finally getting off this hard drive. You're going to be seeing a lot being uploaded. And that's if you go to the Twitch and follow. And make sure to turn notifications on over there. And it's going to be a pretty busy week over there. Today, not so much. Today is a conversion day. I am converting a hell of a lot of footage from the raw footage to something that I can edit, and then tomorrow mass uploads begin. What does this mean for classic videos? Well, if you are so inclined over the next few days, you may feel free to download as many of my videos as you like. Just go ahead and download it. I don't care. Go ahead, archive, go through them with whatever YouTube download program you have, and archive whatever the hell you want. I've already had someone tell me that they plan on archiving Rise of the Red Shirt. More power to them. And that's pretty much it. As far as the videos content itself goes. The other thing that I want to point to, the second link in there, is to the Patreon. And I've had a few people asking me to set up a Patreon that they could donate to. And this is still very awkward for me, because I have been there's been so much generosity from people over the past few months, especially from Mikey and from Andrew. You may remember, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you remember Andrew as a member of the Temporal Directive back when we used to do roundtables and Star Trek Online and stuff. There's been so much generosity on behalf of some people that I want to thank them, and I do want to say that it is very awkward. It is a very awkward feeling for me to be the subject of that much generosity. There is a phrase, imposter syndrome, and I feel like when people start offering me help, or when people say I got you this gift, I might feel that a little bit. But I just want to say thank you, Mikey, for the copy of the Master Chief Collection that you sent me, and thank you, Andrew, for the copy of BattleTech, as well as your help in procuring what you're hearing me speak on now, an improved microphone. I know that you said I didn't have to mention that, but I feel that I did, because I want to recognize how much you have been helping with this thing that I do. So thank you both. And if anybody else wants to chip in to help keep the show running while we move to Twitch and sort of weather the storm on YouTube, please visit the Patreon. It's patreon.com/SciFiVERSUS. And it's kind of bare bones right now. I am taking suggestions as to what potential bonuses there should be. I'm definitely thinking of some things oriented towards the Star Trek Adventures tabletop game, but we'll talk more about that later. That might be a fun thing to do while we're hanging out on Twitch waiting for the storm to blow over on YouTube. So yeah, that's about the size of things right now. Watching the render timer tick down and or the conversion timer tick down on a lot of files, and as soon as it's done, and it's going to be all day, so I'm probably going to be rendering through the night. Tomorrow's going to be busy. It's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a busy month. So I'd like to thank you if you've been watching me on my time on YouTube. Hopefully that time is not over yet. We're going to weather this storm and everything's going to be alright. But we're still going. We're still going to be going. And if you want to join me on Twitch, this journey's not over yet. So I hope to see you there. And I'll see you guys later. So later.